What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. Today on tap. Sorry, excuse me. It's so cold out here. I'm having to blow some heat in my hands. Um, Today, MBS, Muhammad bin Salman. We got a little bit of new news going on with him, and yeah, let's go ahead and get to it. Give me 1 second here to get started.
Stuck with the static logo? Time to elevate your brand with the touch of motion. Just Google Video Bolt.
All right, so we're covering Muhammad bin Salman today. If they don't stop my live again, last time I covered MBS, the YouTube literally stopped my live in the middle of it and gave me it wasn't a strike, but it was where my video can't be seen overseas. So let's see if they stop it again today, guys. But I saw this in the news today. Apparently Trump's first call to any foreign leader was to MBS. And now Mohammed bin Salman has pledged basically $600 billion to America. So this caught my attention. I figured we'd see what's going on lately with this man. Like I've said in a few lives, for me, this man right here, MBS, he's my top candidate for Antichrist right now. He has been for a while. Right there. See? Trump sets his priorities straight while he's throwing up the pyramid right here, guys. I'm telling you guys, this man isn't who people think he is. You see the pyramid right here. And his top priority, expansion of the Abraham Accords. If you don't know what the Abraham Accords are, it was basically like the start of a peace deal between Israel and Palestine in the Middle East. And this man right here was in charge of it, him and this guy. So that's pretty curious. His first main priority is to expand the Abrahamic Accords. Look up the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, and you'll understand why Trump lately has been saying it's going to be a golden age or a golden dawn. And then look up Noahide laws. That's what's going to be brought in to come after us Christians is the Noahide laws. He's a Noahide, this guy's. Yeah, it was just kind of odd to me. He was the first one that Trump called. Like I said, he's been my candidate for AC for a while. So I've been keeping a pretty close eye on these two. I think his job is to basically set up power for, if he is the AC, for him to take power, basically. I think that's what his whole job was right here. What's up, Bible Talk? What's up, Jared? Yeah, I'd seen this news that MBS was Trump's first, basically foreign leader he called, and MBS pledged to give America $600 billion. It's pretty, like I said, I've been pretty open. I feel like Mohammed bin Salman is the top Antichrist candidate for me, and I feel like Trump is making way for him, basically. I was saying last time I covered this man, YouTube stopped my live in the middle. I think Stefan was there. He was laughing. So if my live just stops, guys, it's YouTube. And then, yeah, then I would wonder why it's only when I cover him I have issues. Okay, so what they're talking about now, if you don't know, if you guys don't know how the Middle East works, the rest of the Middle East absolutely hates Saudi Arabia, even though they're Muslim too. The rest of the Middle East cannot stand Saudi Arabia. One, for the decadence, for the gold, for all the money they have. They do not like Saudi Arabia at all, and that's why they're talking about basically defense security pacts with the U.S. It's because the rest of the Muslim world cannot stand Saudi Arabia. I mean, if he is the man of sin, $600 billion is pocket change to that man. But you see right here, the pyramid. You see old T-Man throwing up the pyramid hand sign right here, guys. I'm telling you guys, this man is not who people think he is. He's a Noahidist Satanist, guys. They're going to bring in the Noahide laws, and that's how they're going to come after us Christians. Look up the protocols of the Golden Dawn. They're basically the protocols of the elders of Zion. And one of the protocols is to bring in the mark of the beast. I don't want to get too deep on that and get this live nuked. Just look up the elders of the protocols of the elders of Zion, guys. That's basically the protocols of the Golden Dawn. So one of the reasons I think he's possibly the Antichrist too is the scripture in Revelations where it says a little horn comes up between the three horns and plucks them from their roots. So if anybody knows the history of MBS, he wasn't in line to become the crown prince. He had three family members ahead of him. Two cousins and an uncle were ahead of him in succession for the crown. And all of a sudden, MBS popped up out of nowhere. He imprisoned two of the cousins, and I believe he killed the uncle. So he plucked them from their roots, basically. So that lines up with scripture for me. He could be the little horn. All right, let's get to the next one here. This is basically
so far more staggering.
Hold on, I got two videos playing. Sorry, guys. This is basically like it's called Inside the Secret Life of Prince Salman.
Than most realize, from Prince Salman as the de facto ruler of Saudi Arabia, owning the serene mega yacht, to the House of Saud owning.
Bible Talk says, so basically we, USA, stopped sending money to Ukraine and are just sending it somewhere else now. Pretty much, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's basically what it is. Pretty much. And then he says, I think Satan has several antichrists. Yeah, for sure. The Bible tells us there will be many antichrists around the world ready to go because he doesn't know the will or timing of God. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's a good point. It says there will be many antichrists. Yep. But I'm looking at him as the actual man of sin myself, or a possibility. I think he could be Maitreya, who they call Maitreya. Here's the other thing. So Islam says that their Imam Mahdi or savior, he will be named Muhammad. He will have a severe stutter and a severe facial tic, which Muhammad bin Salman, the man has a severe facial tic and a severe stutter. When I first saw him about 10 years ago and I saw an interview and he started stuttering in the facial tic, that's what caught my attention with him. I was like, oh, wow. Islam says their Mahdi will basically stutter and have this facial tic like this. And he has a severe one at times. And he's named Muhammad. I've always thought the Imam Mahdi and the Antichrist would be the same man. That's why I feel the Antichrist is going to be Muslim. I think it's going to be the same person. Because how else is he going to unite both sides?
The Al Yamama Palace in Riyadh, the family's net worth positions the House of Saud as one of the wealthiest and most powerful families in modern history. But first, let's take a closer look at how they became wealthy. House of Saud. As of 2024, Prince Salman's family is worth a staggering $1.4 trillion. The story of the Saudi royal family's immense wealth is like a rags to riches tale, but on a much grander scale. Think less started from the bottom and more started in the desert. In the dusty sands of the Arabian Peninsula, the Saudi royal family was just minding their own business, probably wondering how many camels it took to start a kingdom. But then the universe decided to throw them a cosmic curveball in the form of black gold. Oil. Not the kind you drizzle on a salad, but the kind that makes you fabulously wealthy. In 1938, American geologists working for the Standard Oil Company of California, now Chevron, struck oil in the eastern province of Saudi Arabia. This discovery marked the beginning of a new era for the kingdom. The first commercial oil well, known as Dammam No. 7, began producing oil, and the kingdom's potential as a major oil producer became evident. The Saudi government quickly realized the
And that's crazy. So basically, not even 100 years ago, they found oil there. And look how far advanced Saudi Arabia has become in those 70-something years. That's a lot of money. Wow.
Significance of this discovery and began to capitalize on its newfound resources. The Saudi government established the state-owned oil company Saudi Aramco to manage and control the kingdom's oil reserves. Saudi Aramco, short for the Saudi Arabian Oil Company, quickly grew to become the largest oil company in the world. The company's operations expanded rapidly, and it began to dominate the global oil market. The revenues generated from oil sales provided the Saudi royal family with a steady and substantial stream of income. Oil revenues became the primary source of wealth for the Saudi royal family. The kingdom's vast oil reserves allowed the family to accumulate immense riches, which they used to fund various government programs and initiatives. Let's look through the opulent world of the crowned prince, where wealth isn't just counted, it's celebrated in grand style. Mohammed bin Salman. Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, commonly known.
Yeah, I got to pause every once in a while. Like I said, last time I covered this man, YouTube literally stopped my live in the middle of it, like half hour in. It was crazy. My sub Stefan was laughing. He was like, "Wow, that didn't take long." Those are the only videos I've had stopped during a live was when I'm covering this man right here. It's crazy.
Known as MBS, is one of the wealthiest and most powerful figures globally, with an estimated net worth ranging from $18 billion to $25 billion as of 2024. MBS's life.
I would say that's probably low too. They're not going to tell how much they're really worth. I've heard in the Middle East there is multiple trillionaires in these families. They don't tell people how much money they really have, but I've heard there's at least 10 of them that are multi-trillionaires. But yeah, they're not going to tell the exact amount of money they have. That kind of money, that's crazy. They say when Queen Elizabeth died, she had so much money she was worth that she could cure world hunger by herself. That's insane. So there's people that they don't really say how much they're worth.
Style is so lavish, it's like he's trying to live in a Bond movie, except he's the villain and the hero. He dropped $300 million on a French castle, Chateau Louis XIV, which is basically Versailles with extra bling. When he's not busy being a modern-day king, MBS has a garage that looks like a luxury car show exploded. Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Bugattis, he's got them all, plus a bunch of BMWs and Land Cruisers for when he's feeling casual. But why stop at land when you can own the sea? He has 2 yachts, one of which costs $689 million and comes with 7 decks, 2 helipads and a saltwater pool. Because who doesn't need a saltwater pool on a yacht in the ocean? And to top it all off, he rented out this floating palace to Bill Gates for a week, charging him $9 million. Imagine the security deposit on that. Overall, MBS's lifestyle and wealth underscore his significant influence both within Saudi Arabia and on the global stage, where his actions continue to shape the future of the kingdom. The next figure in the family who has added to their wealth is none other than Prince Sultan. With an estimated net worth of $3.8 billion by Forbes magazine, Prince Sultan is known for his humility and dedication to public service. Prince Sultan's resume is out of this world, literally. He's been busy not just floating around in space, but also keeping his feet on the ground as the chairman of the Saudi Space Commission. He's a tech and education buff, always pushing for the latest gadgets and brainy ideas in Saudi Arabia. And let's not forget his claim to fame, becoming the first royal, the first Arab, and the first Muslim to take a joyride in space. After all, when you're a prince, the sky is not the limit. It's just the beginning, as his historic flight earned him numerous accolades and recognition. At just 28 years old, he was also the youngest person ever to fly on a space shuttle. These achievements resonated deeply with people around the world, inspiring a new generation of dreamers.
Someone once said that being a stranger in a strange land is a curse.
And explorers. Prince Sultan.
Sorry for all the background noise, guys. I was talking to my mom. She had to go get some tests. They found out about 2 weeks ago she has kidney cancer. Now she's got something going on with her appendix, so she had to go get a CAT scan or something. So far, it hasn't been horrible news. It's actually pretty crazy. So apparently she's had kidney cancer since 2009. And the surgeon she talked to, she saw it in scans all the way back to 2009. And they were just missing it. That's crazy. Luckily, it's been super slow growing. It's only grown like 1.8 centimeters in 13 years. So that's obviously a good thing. So right now, they're basically just recommending she waits for 3 months and gets another scan. And once it starts really growing, they're going to basically go in and take one of her kidneys out. And go from there. So I mean, it is what it is, guys. It's in God's hands. His will be done. So that's how I live life. And it's in God's hands, guys.
Sultan's contributions to...
Also, my father currently has cancer too, which is crazy. They basically both got diagnosed not too far apart from each other. But like I said, God's will be done, guys. There's no point in worrying or fearing over nothing. Whatever happens, you deal with it as it comes.
Space exploration did not end with his historic flight. In December 2018, he was appointed as the chairman of the board of the Saudi Space Commission. Under Prince Sultan's leadership, the Saudi Space Commission has made significant strides in fostering...
But any prayers would be welcome, guys, because prayer is powerful. So, thanks.
International collaborations and developing cutting-edge space technologies. The Saudi Space Commission has undertaken a range of ambitious projects under Prince Sultan's guidance. These include satellite launches, space research initiatives, and educational programs aimed at nurturing the next generation of space scientists and engineers. The Commission's efforts have not only advanced Saudi Arabia's space capabilities, but also contributed to the global space community. While the Sultan's contribution to family wealth stemmed from technology, the next royalty is well known for his investment in real estate, Prince Faisal. With a personal net worth of $400 million, Faisal's assets reflect his glittering fortune and lavish lifestyle. Prince Faisal's real estate portfolio is a bit like a world. Take the Zabil Palace in Dubai, for instance, worth a cool $500 million. It's not just a palace, it's practically a royal statement that's...
Now you see what I was talking about earlier, guys. This is why the rest of the Muslim world hates Saudi Arabia. Look at this decadence. Like, you know what you could do with $500 million around the world? Crazy. Like, but this is why they're not liked in the Middle East, because of this lavishness and this decadence. And yeah, look at that. That's insane right here. They really built a whole pool all the way across. That's insane.
Says, why have a backyard when you can have your own private oasis? Then there's his $55 million penthouse in Vancouver at the Fairmont Pacific Rim Hotel. It's the kind of place where the Crown Prince can unwind in North America. Because when you've got palaces and penthouses around the world, who wouldn't want a cozy little $55 million retreat? And let's not forget the Jumeirah Zabil.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, guys, who wouldn't want a little $55 million? He said a little 15 million. Wow. That is just mind-blowing. That's like, I don't know. Like after a while, you can only buy so much stuff, guys. Like, that's why I never really cared about money like that. Like, it's mammon. It's mammon worship. That's literally what it is. Like, who needs all this stuff? A $50 million house in Toronto that he's probably been to like once or twice, maybe. It's just so insane. Like, you can only buy so much stuff, guys.
Saray Hotel in Palm Jumeirah. This $12 billion wonder is less of a hotel and more of a hold my crown moment in the world of luxury. Faisal's taste for the extraordinary clearly means if it doesn't make jaws drop, it's just not worth it. Prince Faisal's extravagance doesn't stop at properties. He is known for his incredible collection of exotic animals. Imagine owning tigers, elephants, lions, and peacocks. Faisal even owns the most expensive camel in the world, which he bought for a staggering $2.7 million. When it comes to cars, Prince Faisal's collection is nothing short of legendary. He owns a gold Rolls-Royce Phantom worth $8.2 million and a gold Lamborghini Aventador worth $7.5 million. And let's not forget his super yachts and private plane, which allow him to travel the world in comfort and luxury. Interestingly, despite his wealth and status, Faisal doesn't seem to spend much time in the office. Faisal's luxurious lifestyle also reflected in the life of the next royalty on the list, making them both a fascinating figure in the world of royalty. Prince Khalid. As a young man, Khalid was known for his love of fast cars and an extravagant lifestyle. Khalid was the kind of guy who treated Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and Bugattis like most people treat their sneakers. He had one for every occasion. His love for speed and luxury was so intense that if a car didn't go from 0 to 60 in less time than it took him to decide what to have for breakfast, it wasn't worth his time. But while he was busy zipping around in his shiny toys, Khalid secretly
No, that must be nice problem. That must be nice to have that be your problems you have to worry about, guys. If a car goes 0 to 60 fast enough. Wow. Man.
Started getting into health and fitness. Imagine this. 1 minute, he's tearing up the streets in a Bugatti. The next, he's doing a perfect karate kick, scuba diving with sharks, or riding a horse like he's in an action movie. It turns out, Khalid wasn't just about fun.
The hardest thing is obviously finding products to sell and then getting authorized to sell those products. So with Ecom Authority, they've been able to do that.
Fast cars. He was also about fast kicks, fast dives, and, well, occasionally fast horses. This focus on physical well-being would later play a significant role in his transformation into a vegan advocate and sustainability champion. Khalid's early life was also marked by his close relationship with his father, Prince Al-Walid. The elder prince was not only a mentor.
I mean, that's a whole nother subject, but guys, our body needs animal fat and animal protein. You can't just live off of plant protein, guys. Our systems weren't made for that. Yeah. I mean, it's really good. It's healthy to mix a good combination of both, some meat and all the vegetables and stuff. You don't got to go overboard with meat. I maybe eat beef like once a month. I eat a lot of ground turkey, fish, chicken. But our bodies need animal protein. I just never understood veganism. And it tastes nasty. Everything I've tasted was nasty tasting.
Mentor, but also a source of inspiration for Khalid. Prince Al-Walid's philanthropic efforts, which included significant donations to education, healthcare, and disaster relief, left a lasting impression on his son. Khalid witnessed firsthand the impact that wealth and influence could have when used for the greater good, and this would later inform his own approach to philanthropy and social responsibility. Despite the immense privileges that came with his royal status, Khalid was not immune to the challenges and expectations that accompany such a position. He was acutely aware of the scrutiny scrutiny that comes with being a public figure and the pressure to uphold the family's reputation. This awareness would later drive him to carve out his own path, one that balanced the traditions of his heritage with his vision for a sustainable and innovative future. The growth of the family's wealth further extends to Azuzi, the prince who commands wealth.
Here's the thing too. I've heard behind the scenes, Muhammad bin Salman is supposedly like super vicious and has a crazy temper, and they say he's like personally killed people. Like they say he's like, that's what I've heard for years, that he's like wicked behind the scenes, and he's actually like physically killed people himself. He's had so many people killed too. Who was that ambassador? Jamal, what's his name? He's had so many people killed. And they say he's just like ruthless as a person.
In a different dimension, Prince Abdulaziz. Affectionately known as Azuzi, Prince Abdulaziz is the kind of guy who turns heads not just because of his lavish lifestyle, but also because people are still trying to figure out if he's throwing a party or starting a parade. His sporadic appearances in the West are like spotting a rare bird. If that bird arrived with a 100-person entourage, a fleet of luxury cars, and enough glitter to blind a small village.
Hey, Stefan, what's up, buddy? I was doing another round on Muhammad bin Salman. I was telling guys earlier, hopefully they don't stop my live in the middle of it like the last one. But there was some news that came out today. I covered it in the first part of the video. It's pretty interesting. So apparently Trump's first call to a foreign leader was to MBS, and then MBS pledged like $600 billion to America. And then Trump said his first and most important goal right off the bat is to basically expand the Abrahamic Accords. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, wow, pretty crazy. So we're just covering a little bit more about back to MBS again.
Azuzi's globe-trotting adventures and
so far they haven't stopped my live like they did last time. I think you were watching, weren't you, Stefan? Because I think you were like, wow, that was fast.
Enigmatic persona make him a headline waiting to happen, usually with champagne in one hand and a mystery in the other. In 2016, the Post estimated Prince Abdulaziz's net worth at nearly $10 billion. He commands a substantial business empire, co-owning and controlling 50% of the Middle East Broadcasting Corporation, MBC, alongside his maternal uncle, Walid bin Ibrahim Al Ibrahim. In addition to his primary residence in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Prince Abdulaziz owns a Swiss residence and palatial homes in Jeddah. He also
look at all that gold. That is just wild. That's crazy money right here, guys. That's just crazy money.
Business empire, co-owning and controlling 50% of the Middle East broadcast.
They do everything in gold. I mean, it does say the Antichrist will be a lover of gold.
Broadcasting Corporation, MBC.
I think that's why a lot of people thought it could be Trump, because his whole New York, Manhattan penthouses, the whole thing is solid gold, and he has a picture of a painting of Apollyon the Destroyer on the ceiling.
Alongside his maternal uncle, Walid bin Ibrahim Al Ibrahim, in addition to his prime.
All right, Stefan said, yes, the stream was stopped halfway through. That was funny. I was telling people the only streams I've had stop. Who is this? What's going on? Hello. Okay, thanks. Sorry, guys. Blood oranges? Okay. Awesome, thank you. Yeah, I'll come get them in a minute. Thanks. Yep. Sorry, guys. My neighbor brought me a bunch of oranges they grow. Like 3 big buckets full. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yep, you too. Oh, that was nice. Yeah, she just brought me like a whole wheelbarrow full of like 4 different kinds of oranges. Nice. But yeah, that's what I was saying, Stefan. This covering him has the only 2 times they've stopped my live streams are covering MBS. It's crazy. I don't get it. Yeah, Stefan, Trump does have a 24 karat gold toilet. His whole penthouse is gold.
Primary residence in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Prince Abdulaziz owns a Swiss residence and palatial homes. in Jeddah. He also has a stake in the Heron Tower in London and reportedly listed a mansion.
Like, it's just gold everywhere. That's just, you can wipe your butt with money rich right there. That's insane.
On Kensington Palace Gardens for $145 million in 2013. Prince Abdulaziz unapologetically embraces a life of luxury. His annual trips to New York, where he spends millions on lavish parties.
Isn't that soccer player right there? Yeah, what's his name? Oh, he's a soccer player. Ronaldo. Yeah, Ronaldo.
And mingles with high-profile friends and models are a testament to his indulgent lifestyle. He truly lives life king-size. The influence of this next royalty is felt in the most opulent boardrooms and the most exclusive circles. They call him the quiet money man, Turki bin Salman. Turki bin Salman Al Saud, a Saudi prince and businessman, has a significant presence in the wealth management and business operations of the Saudi royal family. Known as the quiet money man, estimates suggest his wealth is in the range of several $1 million, possibly higher, given his influential role.
Was that Messi, Stefan? I thought that was the other one, Ronaldo. Yeah, okay. I was going to say, I thought that was the Ronaldo guy. I don't watch a lot of soccer, but I've seen all of them before. I watch some soccer from time to time. I know you guys over there call it football, but over here in America, we got football, but it's a completely different game. So we call it soccer here. But it's a good sport. I mean, I watch it from time to time. It's really entertaining. Soccer is pretty good. But I know, like, overseas in Europe and in South America, soccer is like crazy for you guys over there. I know it's like everything in a lot of those countries.
Family and his business endeavors. Prince Turki is the chairman of Tharawat Holding Company, which has become a key player in Saudi Arabia's private sector growth, particularly in alignment with the Saudi Vision 2030 initiative. This company has expanded into various sectors, including real estate, construction, agriculture, and IT, solidifying his position as a significant business figure in the kingdom. His lifestyle, like many members of the Saudi royal family, is characterized by luxury. He likely enjoys access to a variety of extravagant amenities, from luxurious residences and private jets to high-end.
You guys notice the floor there? They had the Masonic floor in there.
Significant business figure in the kingdom. His lifestyle, like many members of the Saudi royal family, is characterized by luxury. He likely enjoys access to a variety of extravagant amenities, from luxurious.
See right here, guys, anytime you see floor that's black and white checkered, that's Masonic. It represents duality. Good versus evil. It's a Masonic checkered floor. So anytime you see that, that's Masonic. What else they got going on in the background here? What's this right here? Gosh, it's crazy. This is all, I guarantee this is all real gold too. That's just wild. Wow.
Residences and private jets to high-end vehicles. Turki bin Salman is
even if I was super rich and had that much money, I wouldn't. I don't know. I'm a simple person. I wouldn't. Yeah. I would, to be honest, if I was worth $1 billion, I would probably see how fast I could give it away. Like, I'm not even joking. I would go around to different countries and communities and build housing. I wouldn't just give it. I would build housing and that kind of stuff. But I would see how fast I could spend probably like 999 million of it. And I would basically buy me a house, so I'd be set the rest of my life. But I really would give it all away. I'm not even joking. I don't care about money like that. If I'm cool for the rest of my life and I could not have to worry about stuff, I would. Who cares if you got $1 billion?
Married to Noof bint Fahd bin Khalid Al Saud.
We got some comments. Stefan said New Zealand and Australia don't care too much about soccer. Yeah, it's more like Europe and South America. Yeah, rugby. Rugby union is the big thing here, and rugby league in Australia. Yeah, rugby's a brutal game. Oh my goodness. I played rugby when I was like 17. That's literally the most brutal game there is, guys. Rugby. There is not tougher people on this world than rugby players. I'm telling you, that game hurts so much. It's physical and it's brutal. They are some tough dudes who play professional rugby. Hey, he says, "Hey, Stefan, fellow troublemaker. Bible talk. Yes, we should make a list."
And they have 6 children together. His family ties and business acumen position him as a pivotal figure within the House of Saud, with potential implications for the future leadership of the kingdom. His influence extends beyond his business activities, as he is also a key figure in managing the royal family's private wealth, including overseeing various international investments and properties. The next royalty is a politician of royal blood.
Have you guys seen the new city he's building? It's called the I forgot what it's called, but it's crazy. It's like it's a vertical city, and it's supposed to go for like 300 miles. It's called the is it called the city? It's something named really simple. Excuse me, guys, my Crohn's. It's something really simple, like the wall or the city, but it goes for like hundreds of miles, and it's basically vertical. It's crazy. It's insane, and they're actually like starting to build it.
With a penchant for opulence that leaves even the wealthiest in awe. Khalid bin Salman. Prince Khalid bin Salman Al Saud, a VIP in Saudi politics and luxury, knows how to mix business with a dash of royal flair. While most...
And I'm telling you, you will definitely see deposits. You will definitely get checks.
I was skeptical in the beginning too, but
college students are scraping together quarters for laundry. Prince Khalid was busy picking out his $12 million starter home in Virginia, casually known as Le Chateau de Lumière. This isn't just any mansion. This place has a home theater that could rival a small cinema, a sauna where he could sweat out any worries about exams, and a swimming pool so fancy that it's surrounded by fire bowls and Corinthian columns. Oh, and did we mention this palace was named Home of the Year in 2007? Because when you're Prince Khalid, even your house is...
Sorry for my dog in the background. I got like deliveries and people walking up to the door. I can see him on the camera.
The winner. In addition to his real estate, Khalid bin Salman also charters a luxury 767 jet that costs $30,000 per hour. This aircraft operates
$30,000 per hour. Wow. That's crazy. That's more than most people make in a year in America. Wow. That's just wild.
Operated by a Swiss firm, is equipped with 63 seats, an office, and a master bedroom, highlighting his preference for luxury and comfort even while traveling. Prince Khalid has also served in several key diplomatic and defense roles, including as the Saudi ambassador to the United States and later as the Minister of Defense. His close ties with his brother, Crown Prince Muhammad bin Salman, further elevate his influence within the kingdom and on the global stage. The Minister of Finance is yet another jewel in the royal crown, with
I wonder if they're going to talk about his 2 cousins and his uncle that he threw in prison. Well, he didn't throw them in like an actual jail, but he put them on house arrest, and I believe his uncle he killed. I wonder if they're going to talk about that. See, that's why that makes me think of, I said earlier, it makes me think of the scripture in Revelations about the little horn, about how it comes up in between the 3 horns and plucks them from the roots. Because MBS wasn't in line to be the crown prince. His 2 cousins and uncle were ahead of him. So he basically came up in between them and plucked them out of there. So that verse has always made me think about that verse. Is he the little horn that plucked his 3 family members out of the way and took the crown? Who knows? Could be. But it could be way off. Never know, guys. We won't know until the man of sin actually steps on the scene. But, it's interesting to look at and think about.
the fortune that gleams as brightly as the family's ever-growing empire, Prince Abdulaziz. Prince Abdulaziz bin Salman Al Saud, a prominent member of the Saudi royal family, is known for his significant influence in Saudi Arabia's energy sector.
We got some comments. Bible Talk said, or Stephen said, yes, we should make a list. And then he said, Bible Talk, directly let your critics affect you too much. Yeah, see, that's why I told Jared a little bit, like, dude, who cares what people think? They were getting on to him yesterday because when he was going through his situation where they were living in hotels and stuff, because he had a PayPal up. And I was there when everyone in his Discord said, hey, put your PayPal up. We want to donate to you. So that's why he put it up. But even so, I told him, who cares what people think, Jared? Literally every Christian channel I see on here has a PayPal, ask for subs and donations. I look at it like if someone works hard for hours a day making videos and their members want to support them and donate, then it's none of our business. Who cares? I mean, it's just like a job basically. So yeah, Jared, don't worry about what people say. Literally, who cares? Let them, they can say whatever they want. Who cares? Don't even worry about them. That's how I do. They can say whatever they want, and I just laugh and say, who cares? But yeah, that's a good point, Stefan.
And his luxurious lifestyle, which reflects the immense wealth of the Al Saud family. As the Minister of Energy, Abdulaziz plays a critical role in managing the kingdom's.
Like what? Like that's like what do you guys think the point of most YouTube channels is? To get subscribers. So I don't care if people say you're trying to take subs, and it's like I told him in a message. If Jared went to praise his channel and one or two of their subs left and subbed to Jared, I said good. That means that hopefully they're gonna think about free grace and possibly leave it. So how's that a bad thing? If he got a couple of their people to leave and come over and be like, yeah, maybe free grace isn't good. I said glad, I'm good. That means they might have left free grace. So yeah, don't worry about what people say at all. Just keep doing what you do, buddy.
Vast oil reserves, a major source of wealth for both the royal family and the country. The net worth of Prince Abdulaziz is not precisely disclosed, but given his position.
Yeah, Stefan, I can't stand auto text. I have to constantly go back and edit my messages because it will auto type something and spell it wrong.
Within the royal family, it is safe to assume it is part of the broader wealth of the Al Saud dynasty, which is estimated at around $1.4 trillion. This wealth comes from the kingdom's extensive.
I guarantee that number is low. I guarantee it is. I've heard there's at least 10 people in the Middle East that are trillionaires by themselves. So I guarantee that number is low.
Oil revenues and various investments through the Public Investment Fund, PIF.
So right here is basically, this is a symbol for the Mahdi. The two swords is a symbol for their Imam Mahdi. I don't know what this is, but I know the two swords are for the Mahdi.
One of the largest sovereign wealth funds globally. Prince Abdulaziz.
Oh, that's the other thing, guys. So I saw in the news, Trump basically was gonna approve for what's it called? For federal capital punishment, guys. That's crazy. So he was gonna basically approve for federal capital punishments. So AKA beheadings. That's why he said during his campaign he's not opposed to bringing the gallows back, or the whatchamacallits that cut off people's heads. So I don't think they're going to use it right now. I think it's being put in there for later on when they come after us Christians. Like I said, check out the Noahide laws, guys. I think that's what that law is being put in place for later, so they can basically chop all the Christians' heads off. Why else are you going to put in a law right there for federal capital punishment? That's crazy.
Enjoys a lifestyle that matches the opulence associated with Saudi royalty. This includes residing in palatial estates, traveling in private jets, and
EVE Online is a vast
owning fleets of luxury cars.
Like I say straight up, I don't trust Trump. I think his job is to make way for the Antichrist. He's a Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn member. He's been running around this whole campaign saying it's about to be a new age, a new dawn, a new golden age. Elon Musk has been saying that. I believe he's a Noahidist, and he's here to do a job, which is basically make way for the man of sin. That's just my personal beliefs. I don't trust him. I never have. I don't trust Elon Musk. I don't trust all the tech. It's kind of weird now. Trump's he's basically aligning himself with all these tech guys like Musk, Zuckerberg. I don't think that's a coincidence, guys.
often gold-plated, which are a common status symbol among the Saudi elite. His lifestyle is also marked by involvement in high-profile projects and investments.
Yeah, Stephen, he said you're aware the 13th Amendment makes provision for state-sanctioned slavery. Yeah, prisons. That's exactly. Slavery never ended. They just disguised it under the prison system. Yeah, that's why private prisons and yep, that's 100% correct, Stephen.
That align with the Kingdom's Vision 2030 plan, aimed at diversifying the economy away from oil dependence. In addition to his professional and economic activities, Prince Abdulaziz is involved in various philanthropic endeavors, including roles in charitable organizations and educational institutions, further cementing his status as a key figure in both the economic and social spheres of Saudi Arabia. When you speak of royalty, you must speak of a palace. For this family, their palace is a global powerhouse, Al Yamamah Palace in Riyadh, the palace where the king of...
Yeah, basically what they did was they switched basically like fields for cells. That's basically all the 13th Amendment did.
Saudi Arabia officially lives and works, is the ultimate hub for all things royal and official in the kingdom. It's where serious political decisions are made, like which dessert to serve at the next state banquet. Speaking of banquets, the palace has hosted so many over-the-top feasts that the kitchens probably have a gold-plated frying pan just for flipping pancakes. These events are so grand that the decorations alone could probably fund a small country's GDP and the performances. Let's just say if you're not a world-renowned artist, you're likely just there to enjoy the endless buffet. The banquet hall of Al Yamamah Palace comes alive with the sounds of music and laughter as guests from around the world come together to celebrate milestones in Saudi history. The palace features a private mosque where the royal family can perform their daily prayers and seek solace in their faith. The mosque is a serene and peaceful space.
Hold on, I want to see that again real quick. I wanted to see something real quick.
Buffet. The banquet hall of Al Yamamah Palace comes alive with the sounds of music and laughter as guests from around the world come together to celebrate milestones in Saudi history. The palace features a private mosque where the royal family can...
I was going to say that kind of right here, but it's not the same color, but it kind of reminded me of the old Jeffrey Island, if you guys know what I'm talking about. That little temple on Jeffrey's Island over there. That kind of reminded me of that, the layout of it.
Perform their daily prayers and seek solace in their faith. The mosque is a serene and peaceful space with marble floors, intricate tilework, and a large chandelier hanging from the ceiling. The walls are adorned with verses from the Quran, written in beautiful calligraphy, creating an atmosphere of reverence and tranquility. The gardens of Al Yamamah Palace are another highlight, offering a lush and tranquil retreat from the hustle and bustle of palace life. The gardens are meticulously maintained and filled with exotic plants and flowers, creating a serene environment for relaxation and reflection. The history and significance of Al Yamamah Palace in Riyadh are a reflection of Saudi Arabia's journey from a desert kingdom to a global powerhouse. The palace stands as a symbol of the nation's wealth, power, and cultural heritage, and it continues to play a central role in the political and diplomatic life of the kingdom. The next mansion is a cutting-edge architectural masterpiece, proudly owned.
Well, how many mansions do they have? Wow.
By the royal family, Chateau Louis XIV. Tucked away in Louvciennes near Versailles, this architectural gem was snapped up by Mohammed bin Salman, the Saudi crown prince, for a cool $300 million. Pocket change, really. Though designed like a...
That tells you right there he has they've already shown like 7 things he spent hundreds of millions on. That tells you right there has trillions of dollars. He might be the richest man on earth. That's crazy.
A 17th century French castle, Chateau Louis XIV, hides cutting-edge tech behind its old-world facade, because even a prince needs Wi-Fi. But let's be honest, this charming relic was just a placeholder for something even more grand and over-the-top. Ahmad Khashoggi, the nephew of the late billionaire arms dealer Adnan Khashoggi, saw potential in the site that many others might have overlooked. In 2009, he made the bold decision to bulldoze the existing 19th century castle.
I mean, there is a few places in scripture where it says calls the Antichrist the prince of air and municipality. And then another verse calls him the prince without a kingdom.
This act of demolition was not just about clearing land. It was about making way for a new era of luxury. luxury and grandeur. The construction of the new Chateau Louis XIV was a monumental task that required meticulous planning and execution. Khashoggi's goal was to build a chateau that looked as if it had been constructed during the time of Louis XIV, the Sun King, who reigned over France with unmatched splendor. The architectural design drew heavily from the Baroque style, characterized by elaborate ornamentation, grandiose.
Oh, I never heard they called Louis XIV the Sun King. Oh, that's interesting. I never heard that before.
Scale and a sense of movement and drama. Every detail of the chateau was carefully considered to ensure it captured the essence of 17th century French architecture. The exterior features intricate stonework, grand facades, and expansive gardens that echo the design principles of Versailles. Inside, the chateau is adorned with elaborate frescoes, gold-covered doors and fixtures, and two magnificent ballrooms that could easily host the most lavish of gatherings. However, while the chateau's design pays homage to the past, it is anything but outdated. Khashoggi's vision included integrating the latest in modern technology to create a living experience that is both luxurious and convenient. A large family like this understands the importance of diverse sources of income, and it was one of those moments that led to the establishment of the Saudi Space Agency. The Saudi Space Commission was established in December.
I didn't even know they had a space agency in Saudi. Wow. That must be fairly, December. It's got to be fairly new.
2018 by a royal decree, with the Crown Prince playing a pivotal role in its creation as part of his broader Vision 2030 initiative. Vision 2030 is a strategic plan aimed at diversifying Saudi Arabia's economy and reducing its dependence on oil, with space exploration being one of the key areas of focus. On December 27, 2018, a royal decree established the Saudi Space Commission, marking the birth of what would later become the Saudi Space Agency, SSA. This monumental decision was not just a bureaucratic formality. It was a declaration of Saudi Arabia's intent to join the elite club of spacefaring nations. The establishment of the Saudi Space Commission was a strategic move aimed at diversifying the kingdom's economy and reducing its dependence on oil revenues. It was a clear signal that Saudi Arabia was ready to invest in cutting-edge technology and innovation, sectors that would drive the nation's future growth. The commission was tasked with developing a comprehensive space program, fostering scientific research, and building international partnerships to propel Saudi Arabia into the forefront of space exploration. The significance of this move cannot be overstated. For a nation that had long been associated with its vast deserts and ancient history, the establishment of a space agency was a bold statement.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's crazy for them to. It was in basically 1938. They said when they discovered oil, how far they've came in less than about 70 years, and how much they built it up over there. That shows how much money they've made. That's pretty crazy for only being about 70 years since they found oil.
Of its ambitions. It was a clear indication that Saudi Arabia was ready to embrace the future and play a significant role in the global space community. The Saudi Space Commission's journey from its inception to its elevation as the Saudi Space Agency on June 14, 2023, is a testament to the kingdom's unwavering commitment to its space ambitions. The elevation to an agency marked a new chapter in the kingdom's space journey, one that would see increased investment, expanded programs, and greater international collaboration. One cannot.
But you see how buddy him and T-Man are.
In the kingdom's space journey, one that would see increased investment, expanded programs, and greater international collaboration. One cannot delve into the opulent world of the family's vast holdings without shining a spotlight on the serene mega yacht. Stretching an eye-popping 134 meters, that's 440 feet for those keeping score. This floating palace belongs to Saudi Prince Muhammad bin Salman, who clearly believes in living large. Crafted by Fincantieri's shipbuilding wizards, the Serene set sail in 2011 from the fancy Muggiano shipyard, leaving a...
How many times you guys think he's been on that boat? Probably maybe like a handful of times. And spent that much money on it? That's wild. What's up, Ben? How's it going, buddy? We're watching a video on Muhammad bin Salman and just basically how rich that family is and stuff.
A $400 million hole in someone's pocket. As you approach the Serene mega yacht,
$400 million for a boat. So far they've shown almost $2 billion worth of stuff he's bought. Crazy.
thing that captures your attention is its striking exterior, exuding an air of sophistication and adventure. The yacht's blue steel hull and white aluminum superstructure glisten under the warm sunlight, creating a stunning visual contrast. Designed by the renowned Espen Oino, the Serene's exterior is a testament to meticulous craftsmanship and attention to detail. Intricately designed chrome accents catch your eye, reflecting the sunlight like sparkling diamonds, adding a touch of glamour and allure. These details invite you to step into a world of indulgence and luxury. The yacht's expansive 6 decks are paradises for those seeking relaxation or entertainment. The upper deck, enveloped by tempered glass, offers panoramic views of
Why do guys wear ponchos if they never actually work? All you need is the new bearskin fleece line waterproof soft shell jacket.
the surrounding ocean, providing a sense of freedom and connection with nature. Imagine sipping on a refreshing cocktail while marveling at breathtaking sunsets or stargazing upon a clear night sky, all from the comfort of this beautiful vantage point. Strategically positioned.
That is insane. That might be the craziest boat I've ever seen. 6 stories? Wow. But yeah, guys, this right here is why the rest of the Middle East does not, they hate Saudi Arabia, because they don't believe in the decadence and this lavish lifestyle. They do not like Saudi Arabia at all in the Middle East. It's because of this lifestyle right here.
Positioned on the aft deck, the yacht's remarkable swimming pool beckons you to take a refreshing dip. The pool's azure waters and transparent side create the illusion of blending with the seemingly limitless ocean. Sunbeds line the pool, inviting you to bask in the warmth of the sun and indulge in moments of pure bliss. Moving forward, you discover the yacht's 2 helicopter landing pads, a testament to the grandeur of the Serene. This feature not only allows for swift and convenient access to the yacht, but also adds a touch of adventure to your journey. Imagine arriving in style, feeling the exhilarating rush as a helicopter touches gently down on the pad, ready to whisk you away to new destinations and adventures. The Serene's exterior also hosts an array of water toys and recreational equipment, stowed away neatly for your pleasure. Another crown jewel of their empire that redefines grandeur is Savoy Hotel. The Savoy Hotel in London, one of the city's most iconic luxury establishments, has been owned by members of the Saudi royal family since 2005. The hotel was acquired by Prince Al-Walid bin Talal, a prominent Saudi billionaire and member of the royal family.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the one he threw in jail. He threw him in house imprisonment for like 2 or 3 years. I think he was one of them right here.
Through his investment vehicle, Kingdom Holding Company, for approximately £250 million.
Because he was ahead on the basically on the ascendancy to go to Crown Prince. He was ahead of MBS, so he basically had him put under house arrest with his 2 other cousins.
Prince Al-Walid, who is known for his extensive portfolio of luxury hotels, worldwide purchased the Savoy as part of his broader strategy to invest in high-end hospitality assets. Following its acquisition, the Savoy underwent a significant restoration project that began in 2007 and took nearly 3 years to complete, reopening in 2010. The renovation,
There was the Masonic checkerboard white and black floor again, guys.
which cost around £220 million, was one of the most ambitious in the UK at the time, preserving the hotel's historic Art Deco and
See, that's called the Masonic checkerboard floor right here. The white and black checkers.
Edwardian features, while updating its facilities to meet modern luxury standards. The hotel is now managed by Fairmont Hotels and Resorts, a company in which Prince Al-Walid also holds a stake. There's also the awe-inspiring neo-futuristic tower, a marvel of modern engineering poised to pierce the heavens and claim its title as the tallest building on Earth when its final stone is set. Jeddah Tower. The Jeddah Tower, once known as the Kingdom Tower, is a sky-high dream brought to life by Prince Al-Walid bin Talal, a Saudi royal with a penchant for setting records and perhaps a secret ambition to touch the stars. With a $1.2 billion price tag, this skyscraper will be the crown jewel of the dollar.
Yeah. So it's almost like he's describing it as the Tower of Babel. Said his wish was to reach the stars.
20 billion Jeddah economic city, a coastal playground on the Red Sea.
This was crazy right here, where they were actually making a city. They were basically had this machine that was making these sand islands here, and they made like a big city out of it. This was crazy. I remember when this happened.
where the buildings are as flashy as the yachts. Designed by architects Adrian Smith and Gordon Gill, the tower's neo-futuristic style is what happens when you mix cutting-edge technology and a dash of sustainability. It's got sleek, aerodynamic lines and materials so innovative that they probably make other buildings feel a little self-conscious. In short, the Jeddah Tower isn't just reaching for the sky, it's redefining what up really means. One of the most striking aspects of Jeddah Tower is its shape, inspired by the new growth of palm fronds. Palm trees are abundant in Saudi Arabia and hold significant cultural and historical importance. The tower's slender, subtly asymmetrical form mimics the upward thrust of palm fronds, symbolizing new life and future growth for the kingdom. This design choice is not merely aesthetic, it is deeply rooted in the cultural heritage of Saudi Arabia, making the tower a modern-day monument that honors its origins. The geometry of Jeddah Tower is another fascinating element. The tower starts at the base as a single tripod form, which gradually separates as it ascends towards the spire.
Oh, that's pretty crazy right there. Wow.
This unique design is not just visually stunning, but also serves a functional purpose. The tripod base provides a stable foundation.
Yeah, I was going to say it'd be more stable because you got basically all three sides there. That actually would make sense. It would be more stable.
While the separation towards the top enhances the tower's wind performance characteristics. Technological advancement is at the core of Jeddah Tower's design. The building incorporates state-of-the-art materials and construction techniques that set new standards in skyscraper engineering. For instance, the tower's facade is designed to minimize solar heat gain while maximizing natural light, making it highly energy efficient. The interior of Jeddah Tower is designed to be as impressive as its exterior. The building will house a mix of residential, commercial, and office spaces, along with a Four Seasons hotel and the world's tallest observation deck. The interior design will feature luxurious finishes and state-of-the-art amenities, providing an unparalleled experience for its occupants. The cultural significance of Jeddah Tower,
So basically just more decadence is all it is.
cannot be overstated. It is a symbol of Saudi Arabia's vision for the future, reflecting the kingdom's ambition.
See right here, guys, these swords represent the Imam Mahdi. This whole symbol right here is for the Imam Mahdi, or the coming Mahdi.
To become a global leader in innovation and development. Curiosity swirls around the family's decision to acquire the final gem on their list, leaving many to wonder.
Well, that's right. He did buy that painting. That's right. I remember it was when he bought this.
What hidden allure drew them to this unexpected treasure? Salvator Mundi. In late 2017, the art world was shaken when Leonardo da Vinci's Salvator Mundi was sold at auction for a record-breaking $450.3
Almost a half. Oh my goodness. $450 million for a painting. Wow. For me, it was more of the symbology behind him buying the painting.
$3 million. The buyer remained anonymous, sparking intense speculation. However, U.S. intelligence reports soon revealed that the mysterious purchaser was none other than Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince, Mohammed bin.
Try this bedtime trick to stop your partner snoring fast.
The biggest myth about snoring is when people say snoring is a nose.
Salman, commonly known as MBS. MBS, at the time just 32 years old, was in the midst of crafting an image as a forward-thinking reformer in the deeply conservative kingdom. He had launched an ambitious plan to modernize Saudi Arabia's economy and reduce its dependency on oil, known as Vision 2030. The revelation that MBS had secretly acquired Salvator Mundi sent shockwaves through diplomatic circles and drew sharp criticism. The purchase of the Salvator Mundi raised questions about MBS's commitment to his reformist agenda. Critics argued that the acquisition of such an extravagant piece of art contradicted the austerity measures being imposed on the Saudi populace and highlighted the Crown Prince's penchant for opulence. The painting, which depicts Christ holding a crystal orb, seemed an unusual choice.
There's more to that painting too. Inside the orb, there's some symbology. That'd be a whole nother live breaking that painting down.
For the leader of a nation where conservative Islamic traditions dominate public life, while he sought to present himself as a champion of
you see right there, guys,
the populace, and highlighted the Crown Prince's penchant for opulence. The painting, which depicts Christ holding a crystal orb, seemed an unusual choice for the leader of a nation where conservative Islamic traditions dominate public life, while he sought to
look at T-Man's hands right here, guys. Look at his hand right here. That's another Masonic grip or symbol right here. When they take one hand and put it over their wrist like that. And then right here.
Present himself as a champion of modernity and transparency. The secretive acquisition of the Salvator Mundi painted a different picture, one of a leader who, despite his reformist rhetoric.
Yeah, Stefan. Good point. Stefan said, somehow I can't think what they'll tell God one day, explaining what they did with the blessings of oil he gave them. Yeah, I mean, really, yeah, it's crazy. That's why I'm saying that family is rich enough to literally put an end to world hunger on their own. Like, literally, if they could spend billions on garbage like buildings and boats, and they could end world hunger. It's so evil.
Was deeply embedded in the luxury and secrecy of the royal elite.
The Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia is known for his lavish living and acquisition of expensive properties, including luxurious yachts.
He kissed his knee? Looked like he kissed his knee.
Saudi Arabia is known for his lavish living and acquisition of expensive properties, including luxurious.
That's kind of weird.
Yachts, cars, real estate, and art. Well, when you belong to a family with a net worth of over $1 trillion, there's hardly a limit.
I guarantee that's low. They're not going to tell how rich they are. I'd be pretty confident saying that trillion is a way low, conservative estimate for sure.
Limits to what you can do with money. Today, let's take a tour of his multi-million-dollar homes. Al Yamama Palace. In the capital city of Saudi Arabia lies the official residence of the royal family, where the princes often...
Bible Talk Jared says, I'm curious, what's your thoughts on this guy being either the false prophet or one of the 10 kings that gives their power to the Antichrist when he takes control of the world? That's how I view him. Yeah, I think it's either that. I think Trump's possibly one of the 10 kings too. But I think he possibly could be the Antichrist too. I think he could be Maitreya. But then again, it could be the Antichrist, could be someone we've never heard of. More than likely, it'll probably be a guy we've never heard of. But I personally feel the false prophet will probably be a religious figure. I've always thought the false prophet could end up being a pope, or maybe like that Yanuka guy over in Israel. I don't know if you guys know about that guy, the Yanuka, but they say he's performed miracles, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I mean, there's a good chance that could be correct, though, Jared. I mean, he could be one of the 10 kings for sure. Yeah, we won't really know until the man of sin steps forward. I just like doing these kind of videos just for thought-provoking stuff and just a different subject and think about something different every once in a while. But yeah, either way, I mean, could be a possibility.
Often seen conducting official assignments. What better place to build such a magnificent home than in the largest city in the country? From all over the world, within the
Holy Spirit Guided Christian, what's up, buddy? Red Sea Project in collaboration with global investment companies. Yeah, yeah, he has his hands in a lot. The Abrahamic Accords. Trump did just come out and say his first major goal is to expand the Abrahamic Accords. Yeah, he's got his fingers in a lot for sure. But yeah, he could just be, like I said, he could be like Trump, making way for the Antichrist. I feel that's what Trump is. I feel Trump is Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, and he's making way for the Antichrist. And I think he's a Noahidist, and I think the Noahide laws are how they're going to come after us Christians. Because Trump just said a few days ago he was going to pass a law to bring back federal, federal capital punishment. So yeah, pretty crazy.
Country and outside, very important.
We got some more comments. Jared says, some say the Pope, but I don't know. But what do you think of the guy who overthrew Assad government a couple months back? He guided Christian. I saw your comments about me on other channels. Then Jared said the Noahide laws are gonna suck for true believers. Yeah, for real. Yeah. Yep. That and the protocols of the Golden Dawn, which are really the protocols of the elders of Zion. Like I said, one of the protocols is bringing in the mark of the beast. I haven't done too much research about the guy who you're talking about, Assad in Syria. I don't know. I can't really answer that, Jared, because I haven't done too much research into him. Maybe I'll do a video about him. And yeah, I feel like it's going to be somebody from the Middle East. I don't know. I've always just felt like that. I felt like the Antichrist and the Imam Mahdi were probably going to be the same man. That would make sense to me how he could unite both sides. Because here's the thing: the Jews aren't necessarily awaiting a Jew. From all the Jewish people I've spoken to over the last few years, they're awaiting two messiahs, Ben Joseph and Ben David. And I've had multiple Jewish people tell me he doesn't necessarily have to be a Jew. They're really waiting. So they look at the Messiah not like how we look at Jesus as Messiah. They're awaiting a political, basically like a warrior king who's going to come and fight Israel's battles for them. So the Antichrist doesn't necessarily have to be Jewish. He might end up being half Jewish, half Muslim, because there's going to have to be something where he's going to be able to unite both sides. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, it's more than likely could end up being some man we've never even heard of. That's probably what's going to happen.
Important guests are received.
But I definitely feel all these people are definitely making way for him, and possibly one of the 10 kings that sit with him.
In this palace, given a prestigious welcome, and hosted amidst grand luxury. At first sight, its intimidating magnificence is a clear statement of immense.
Yeah, Guided Christian. Jared's the one who went over to Praise channel.
Wealth. Arabian aristocrat. Democratic architecture is prominent in.
Yeah, Jared. Quran says there will be two messiahs. One will be the war messiah and the other a true messiah. Yeah, it's because they copy the Bible. It's a false prophet and the Antichrist. It's always two men. It's the false prophet and the Antichrist.
In the dome-shaped center of the edifice.
Which, like I said, if we're in those times where the Antichrist and the false prophet are here, I'm keeping my eye on the next pope or that man, the Yanuka in Israel. That's who I got my eye on right now for false prophet, possibly. That guy Yanuka's, they say he knows the whole Torah, all the Talmud, all their holy books, inside and out, which I've seen some of the top rabbis, the most respected rabbis, say that's impossible. They say it's literally hundreds of thousands of pages worth of material. And they say it's impossible for a person to know him like that. And then they say he's cured people of cancer. He's supposedly done like 5 miraculous healings. So I've had my eye on that Yanuka guy since he basically popped up. He wouldn't be a bad candidate for false prophet, I guess. But like I said, it's all just speculation, guys. We don't know who it is.
The high walls and the elaborate yet simple carvings on the side of the rectangular-shaped walls. There are also high-paneled dark.
I agree, Jared. The next decade is going to be interesting for sure.
Windows rounded at the top, which add an exquisite feel to the palace. It gives the illusion of transparency and makes you feel that you can see what's going on inside, but the windows are darkened and give no clue as to what's going on.
I'm going to let this play for like 1 minute. I'm going to use the restroom and I'll be right back, but I'm going to let it keep playing.
on inside. However, even the interior tells a more grandiose tale. The floors of the palace are paved in high-grade Italian marble that reminds you with every step you take that you're in one of the most beautiful palatial residences in the world. A simple gaze upwards will also reveal ceilings intricately carved by the finest workmen. The walls are also finely paneled to up the ante of luxurious rooms. The interior decoration includes thick, lush carpeting in strategic locations, using the best woven rugs and detailed motifs. Elegant chandeliers hang from above, surrounded by intricate carvings embedded into the ceilings. There are also ornate antiques, doors, and several golden signatures all over the rooms. This large residence is where the king currently executes his royal duties, alongside the Crown Prince Salman, who has begun to take up several core duties in the royal court. This royal palace is so large that
All right, I'm back.
even grand summits and conferences are held there regularly. One recent event hosted there was the China Arab States Summit.
Okay, we got some comments. Revelation 13 is telling everyone deceived by the beast. Yep, that's a good point. And then Jared says, and those who refuse will lose their heads. Yeah, beheading. Which is interesting because the only country in the world right now who still carries out capital punishment by beheading is Saudi Arabia. But like I said, supposedly Trump is passing a law to allow federal capital punishment by beheading, basically. And if you remember back to around 2009 when Obama was in, there was a report that he had something like 275,000 guillotines brought into America and stored at an army base. So, yeah, I mean, there could be something to that for sure.
And the China Gulf Cooperation Council Summit in December of 2022. The welcome ceremonies and pictures from meetings at the event gave a chance to see the beauty of the palace, which is usually out of...
Oh yeah, Jared, there's definitely a lot of symbolism. I guarantee if you like really went through, we would find so much symbolism. Like this horse right here. That could be some type of symbolism. I wonder if that horse is white.
bounds and kept private. China's president, Xi Jinping, as well as the president of Egypt, Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, and Georgian Prime Minister Irakli Garibashvili were in attendance and received a grand welcome in the royal courts. Prior to...
Like, this is the stuff I really like to do on my channel, guys. For a lot of you who are new to my channel, I do the exposed videos when need be, but I prefer to do content that's going to out of the box and going to make people think. Just something, I just like doing different stuff on my channel, really. But when it calls for it, I'm gonna definitely do the exposed videos when need be.
This event, the King of Saudi Arabia had already hosted the Chinese President Xi Jinping with an equally elaborate welcoming ceremony during a 2-day visit. It included a colorful parade that was executed by uniformed men and an array of the best horses and riders, hosting flags of the countries represented by their leaders. No doubt, the Al Yamamah Palace is indeed a magnificent sight to behold. It contains about 400 rooms, all en-suite, luxuriously finished and fit for
400 rooms. Like, what do you need a house with 400 rooms? Like it, like any, you're not even going to barely use half those rooms ever.
Royalty. Other palaces. Sometimes the capital city of Riyadh, where the official palace is situated, experiences turbulence and violence due to protests and political unrest. As such, it comes in handy that the royal family has other palatial residences where they can go for refuge and safety. Al Auja Palace. This simple yet imposing palace is located on the outskirts of Riyadh. In comparison to the main palace, it is more subtle and restrained.
This raises your blood sugar. This kills insulin production. This prevents your body from...
Yet with an outstanding...
Yeah, that's because McDonald's isn't real food. You can leave, that's crazy. You can leave McDonald's fries and hamburgers outside for a year, go back to them, and there will be no mold on them. That's not real food, guys. Food is meant to go bad and mold within a few days. So, yeah. I don't know what they're feeding people at McDonald's, but that's not real food.
Touch, synonymous with royalty. The walls in the inner chambers have pictures in classic frames mounted on the walls. The photographs tell stories of Saudi history, and the king can take guests on a tour from time to time. The carvings on the wall show deep mastery of Arabian architecture, executed by the best craftsmen. The furniture pieces sit grandly, filling up the place in a resplendent manner, and it all blends beautifully with the mosaic flooring. A seemingly archaic touch, yet befitting in an absolute.
Yeah, you see all the pyramid shapes too. I saw a couple on this wall too. But there's one right there.
Absolutely captivating way. Urga Palace. Yet another palace lies at the center.
I mean, that right there could represent the arch and the two pillars of masonry. You could probably find all kinds of symbolism in these palaces if you really took the time to check.
Of Riyadh, a beauty to behold in the midst of the hustle and bustle of the Arab nation. It is the Urga Palace, where the flooring, walls, and ceilings are imposing, yet so welcoming. The lush silk carpets appear like they shouldn't be trodden upon, and the rooms are gilded in striking gold accents here and there. Elaborate upholstery and Italian marble are also a signature of this newly built palace. More of the innermost parts of the majestic residence were seen when the palace hosted the then President of the United States, Barack Obama, in 2015. The erstwhile Saudi king.
Jared said he used to work at McDonald's when I was 17 and can say it's not food. Yeah, food's supposed to go bad, guys. If it doesn't go bad within a few days and start molding, yeah, there's an issue. I once saw a guy drop a chicken nugget on the floor, pick it up, and then put it in a box and give it to someone. Wow. That doesn't surprise me because I remember as a kid, my two cousins worked at, I want to say maybe Dairy Queen. I think it was a Dairy Queen. And they would tell us not to eat up there. They would say, do not eat here. The other employees would pee in the pickled juice and all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, I tend not to eat out a whole lot because you never know what people are doing to the food.
King Abdullah bin Abdulaziz had just passed, and a new ruler had taken over the throne. President Obama's visit was to pay his condolences, and he was received with a lavish reception. A rich banquet was prepared, consisting of choice selections of foods, including lobster, jeweled rice, and lamb. So much attention was paid to.
Yeah, it's all gold. That's what I'm saying. Him and Trump love gold for sure. There's no telling how much it cost, Jared. That's just insane.
To detail that even the Kleenex dispensers were gold and matched with the.
Wow, even the Kleenex dispensers are solid gold. Wow. But see, look at the look on Obama's face here. Look at his eyes. To me, that looks like a look of despise. But remember, they say Obama is Muslim, and the whole rest of the Muslim world hates Saudi Arabia because of this right here. Decadence, gold tissue holders. Wow. But I don't know. I could be wrong, but to me, that looks like a look of despise coming out of his eyes when he's looking at him.
The golden chairs and tables, while the waste bins were just silver.
He probably does have a gold toilet. They say Trump has a gold one in his penthouse in New York.
Several other meetings are hosted.
Which coincidentally, his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, owns 666 Fifth Avenue, and the only company in the building is Verichip. They make microchips. So, yeah, there's that.
At the Urga Palace, with VIPs in attendance for important.
Okay, those horses weren't white. I just saw them there. They weren't.
Political functions, customary meetings, royal receptions, and cultural festivals. These large meetings are further made possible because of the extensive Majlis al-Shura courts, which are synonymous with Arab nations. These meetings are held in fully rugged rooms. With low sitting spots or grand chairs to ensure comfort. The ceilings are also incredibly high and carved with detail as expensive chandeliers hang in the center. What better setting to meet for discussions involving the advancement of the nation than in such rooms with exquisite ambiance? In addition to these palaces, the renowned prince of the Saudi nation has gone beyond the Arab borders to acquire homes that define grandeur. One of them is the Chateau Louis XIV in France. Chateau Louis XIV. From 2008 to 2011, this extensive luxury residence was constructed by established property development company Muhhamad, owned by Imad Khashoggi, who
That's just crazy.
bulldozed an entire 19th century castle to set up the structure.
Oh wow, that's wild. They bulldozed the old 19th century. I'm surprised they let them. I mean, I guess if you got enough money, you can do anything, I guess, guys. But I'm surprised France let them bulldoze a historical castle. Wow. That right there says you have some power. That's crazy.
It was built in Louveciennes-les-Yvelines on 69 acres of land. This expansive property is no mean feat, as it was built in similitude with the ancient, magnificent palaces
It almost reminds me of how the Vatican is set up in like a key shape.
constructed centuries ago. As a matter of fact, before this architectural feat, only one of such structures had.
What's that? She's got some type of like animal paws. That's a weird statue. What's this one back here? That looks like some type of satanic unicorn or goat back here. You guys see that one? What?
Had been built in more than a century.
That's a goat for sure. So he's got a goat statue with a hybrid animal human statue. Wow.
The conception and execution was a daring move that culminated in tremendous success.
And see how that front part right there is laid out? That kind of reminds me of the Vatican layout.
Conception and execution was a daring move that culminated.
See right here how this goes long like that? Like, I don't know. It just kind of reminded me of how the Vatican
did in tremendous success, and today stands as a striking landmark in architectural circles. 3 years, a dozen marble types, 200 workmen, and 15,000 sheets of gold.
15,000
later, the edifice
gold. Everything's gold. They say the Antichrist will be a lover of gold.
Was brought to life. Every day, over 100 men worked on the construction grounds. They were carpenters, coppersmiths, cabinet makers, sculptors, painters, iron craftsmen, mosaic artists, gilders, marble artisans, clockmakers, landscapers, horticulturalists, fibrous plasterers, and roofers. Beginning with the exterior, the mansion is surrounded by.
And how many times do you guys think he's actually gone and stayed the night there? Maybe once or twice? How often do you think he goes from Saudi Arabia over to France? Probably barely ever. I guarantee all the stuff he's bought, those boats, all those other houses, he's probably been at each of them a handful of times, if that.
At the wonders of nature, preserved in its wildness, yet cultured to give a well-manicured, serene look. The lush greenery forms the core complement of the parks and gardens that such French homes are known for, and flower beds birth flowers flourishing in embroidered boxes. The trees are shaped into pyramids in the breathtaking landscape that also houses a labyrinth, stable, and farmhouse. The interior quarters are replete with intensely detailed craftsmanship with marble surface.
Black and white Masonic again. It's just in a different pattern.
Silk upholstery, stonework, ironwork, and commissioned paintings. It reeks of the best of French craftsmanship. In the drawing room, the interior decor in the walls, floors, and furnishing is little compared to the sight.
And then angels on the ceiling. Wow. There's definitely a lot of symbolism there.
one looks up at the ceiling. A Trompe l'oeil painting gives a surreal feel like there's a colorful flowery paradise hanging yonder. It was inspired by Charles Lebrun's fresco painting for the Château de Vaux-le-Vicomte. It took many months to create and had to be done by the best painters in the region. Modern technology meets antique architecture to provide the best experience to the occupants of the quarters. The shutters are mechanized and can be easily opened and closed with the use of simple controls. Within the walls and without.
Hey there, you're listening to State of Survival Radio. Calling all survivors who can hear this, please.
Ambient lighting ensures that the
Yeah, it's for sure. Everything he buys, he comes back and decks out in solid gold. He has so much money. That's insane.
grounds are always lit up, leaving no room for lurking shadows. Powerful speakers with sound that can resound throughout the grand residence can be used to play music. Imagine walking in a beautiful garden with the tunes of your favorite song permeating through the air. The technological fittings are complete with reversible air conditioning operated by hydrometric control. Thanks to a specialized system, many of these features can be controlled using a smartphone. These are the luxuries that Saudi's crown prince can now enjoy after acquiring the chateau for a whopping $300 million in 2015. It currently holds the record as the most expensive home in the world. When it was first purchased, there was a controversy regarding the identity of the person who had bought it, until 2018, when whispering birds uncovered.
What's that? Looks like Louis the 14th and... Huh. But we see the sun with all the rays above it.
Covered the mystery. The anonymous buyer was none other than Prince Mohammed bin Salman. It's easy to see how this residence stands out from any other. The gold-covered doors, outdoor statues, and resplendent fountains are like none other. The entrance door is made in rich oak wood, covered in gold and sculpted to depict a monumental piece from the Château de Versailles, which shows the sun god.
I knew Trump loved gold, but man, this guy, wow.
On horseback as a victorious Roman emperor, a wine cellar with high-grade barrels and as many as victorious Roman emperor, a wine cellar with high-grade barrels and as a monumental piece from the Château de Versailles, which shows the sun god on horseback as a victorious Roman emperor, a wine cellar with high-grade barrels and as many as.
So he's got a solid gold statue of the sun god. Wow. How old is this documentary? Let me see. Shout out to the channel King Luxury. He released it 4 months ago, or a couple months ago. I don't know. I wouldn't imagine it's too old because they've talked about recent purchases he's made in the last year or so. I would probably imagine it's about a year old or so, maybe. Because they talked about recent purchases in 2023 and 2024. So it's got to be, I would say, not too old, within maybe a year.
1,000 bottles of wine, a squash court, 2 ballrooms, and 2 swimming pools are a few of the other amenities present in the multi-story building. One of the swimming pools even has a spout from the ceiling that can be operated to mimic rainfall. An underground nightclub reveals another aspect of Prince Salman's expensive taste: artworks. The walls are lined with numerous artworks worth millions of dollars. A Leonardo da Vinci painting, which is now the most expensive painting purchased in the world, is in the possession of the Crown Prince, after he purchased it at an auction for $450 million. Almost.
If we counted up everything they've said he's bought in this video, that's like billions of dollars.
5 times the original offering price. One of the most outstanding features of the Chateau Louis XIV is an underwater meditation room embedded in the castle's moat. The chamber is transparent and gives a clear view of the assorted fish swimming around. The chateau even has some Kardashian history, as she was pictured lounging on a sofa in the underwater chamber. It was reported that she was considering the mansion.
Yeah, that's crazy, Jared. $400 million basically for a painting. That That's wild. Wild, wild. Like these people could literally stop world hunger and solve issues on their own. They say that Queen Elizabeth was worth trillions when she died. I remember a report saying she could have stopped world hunger on her own. Like, so crazy.
As a possible location for her wedding to Kanye West. The 7,000 square meter home was built to replicate the Versailles Palace, once home to the French royal family. Coincidentally, it is also in close proximity to the ancient.
Then you got the black and white, the Masonic
landmark. On entering the grounds of the chateau, a domineering statue of Louis XIV, the Sun King of France, stands tall in Carrara marble. It stands watch over the 50-acre garden courtyard. The aerial view shows the blue.
What's up, James Pepin? How you doing, buddy?
Waters of the fountain with the shining gold leaf in the center as bursts of water are sprayed upwards. The house itself is set at the rear end of the structure and is nestled by lush greenery and thick woodland. The symmetrical accuracy.
See, like looking at it from right there, does that remind anybody else of how like the Vatican looks in the middle? I don't know, just kind of the shape kind of reminds me of the Vatican.
He is captivating and paints a view that's not easy to come by every other day. In recent times, however, the prince has come under criticism due to the strict anti-corruption campaign which he now champions, as well as the institution of strict fiscal policy.
There? You guys see his facial tick right there? He's got a severe stutter and facial tick, which, like I said earlier in the video, Islam says their Imam Mahdi will be named Muhammad. He will have a severe stutter and a severe facial tick. And MBS has both of those.
The strict anti-corruption campaign which he now champions, as well as the institution of strict.
See right there? That was a facial tick right there. That's what really made me watch this, man, when I read years ago that their Mahdi would have a facial tick and a stutter and be named Muhammad. And then I saw him do an interview, I think, with I want to say Brett Baer, maybe like 10 years ago. And he was having so many facial tics and stuttering throughout the whole interview. And I was like, wow, that's interesting. And he's named Muhammad. James Pepin says, everyone needs to believe in Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is the Lord. Amen, James. He's the King of Kings. He is the Lord. Amen.
Fiscal policies. It has also been reported that some members of the royal family were cut off due to excessive spending. Therefore, in light of the discovery of his expensive purchases, which include the chateau, yachts, and artworks, people are beginning to ask, is this hypocrisy? And does it in any way affect the legitimacy of Salman's message against the misappropriation of royal funds? Many others believe that his purchases are worthy of a future king and will come in handy when the time comes. Thank you for.
That's an interesting statement there. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, that's decadence at its finest there, guys. Oh, I didn't know my thing. I should have done this at the beginning. But yeah, that's decadence at its finest. And that's why the rest of the Middle East doesn't like Saudi Arabia, because of the decadence and how they spend. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, guys. I tend to keep up on MBS every once in a while, see what he's up to, and just do a thing. But yeah, that spending is wild. Like, just wild. That family alone could solve so many problems across the world instead of buying boats and paintings, and just tells you how wicked they are, guys. Just goes to show how wicked those people are. Yeah. But yeah, we're at 1:40. It's 5 o'clock. I was gonna do my OSAS history of OSAS tonight. I might push that one back because I need to do a little bit more studying, and I don't think I'll get that done in the next 3 hours. Guided Christian said he is just an oversized, privileged goofball. He can't take it with him. Exactly. That's what I always tell people. Show me when you've ever seen a U-Haul following a hearse. You won't, because you can't take nothing with you. So, yeah. But yeah, guys. All right. So, yeah, good video. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. And I'll be back tonight with something for sure. it's probably not going to be the OSAS one because I'm going to get pretty in depth with that, and I'm going to go back to basically the founding of OSAS, and I'm going to show you all the names involved and all that. So it's going to be pretty in depth. So that probably won't be tonight, but let me see. James says, stay safe. Yeah, I don't worry about that, James. Like I said, I stand 10 toes down, and no man on this earth puts any fear in my heart. So I don't worry about stuff like that, buddy. I mean, God's will be done. So I don't worry about stuff. But thanks for caring. Yep, Stefan, take care, buddy. But maybe I'll do like a call-in show tonight. We'll do like another call-in like last night or something. But all right, guys, I will catch you later on tonight. God bless. Like James Pepin said, everybody needs to believe in Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is the Lord. Amen, James. God bless, guys.